Hey, Pastor Julian here with Central's Devotion for today. I hope you're doing well. I really do hope that you're doing well. But it seems like we live in a world that makes it challenging to do well. Today's date is August 26th, 2021, and there has been this crisis going on in Afghanistan since the United States pulled out and the Taliban immediately seized control, and they're trying to evacuate Americans and allies from the airport in Kabul, and there's a deadline of August 31st. And this morning just heard that there was a terror attack at one of the gates in the airport. An explosion and gunfire, and it's a mob scene there. There's a humanitarian crisis there. It's an awful scene, and that's just the people that are able to make it to the airport. There are people all over the country. There are Christians that are being martyred there right now, and women who are being martyred and persecuted. It's just a horrible scene in Afghanistan, and it is troubling deep down in my soul that's going on, and I know it's the same way for many others. And then, the tragedy of the flooding and the flash flooding in Tennessee, where there are a number of people a lot of people who were killed in these flash floods. And the earthquake that recently happened in Haiti, and the mass casualties and the destruction from that. Then I looked at the news this morning and saw an article where hospitalizations for COVID are higher this August than they were last August, which is really discouraging, to say the least. Then, on a personal note, yesterday was the anniversary of finding out that when Tara was pregnant, the baby wasn't alive anymore. Horrible stuff. And then today, the tree that we loved out in front of our house was just chopped down without even notifying us by our homeowners association. We live in a world where there is a lot of darkness. There's a lot of darkness, and it is hard to escape. And that darkness will pull you down. That darkness will draw you in. That darkness will inspire dark thoughts. It will inspire dark reactions from you. I'm not trying to depress you right now. If you think, oh, Pastor Julian, this is very depressing. Well, thank you. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm trying to do. No, that's not what I'm trying to do. What I want to do is to encourage you and help with your perspective by reading Colossians 1, verses 13 and 14. This is a letter to the church in Colossae, and the Apostle Paul writes this in his introduction. This is what he writes at the very end of his greeting, his introduction. He writes, "He has delivered us from the domain of darkness and transferred us to the kingdom of his beloved Son, in whom we have redemption, the forgiveness of sins." Just think about that for a moment. He acknowledges this dark world. He has delivered us from the domain of darkness and transferred us to the kingdom of his beloved Son, in whom we have redemption, the forgiveness of sins. Where there is light, where there is love. And he doesn't say He will deliver us from the domain of darkness. No. He says that He has delivered us from the domain of darkness, that we are transferred to the kingdom of His beloved Son, this kingdom of light and love. And so you, even though this world is dark and you experience that and it affects you, if you're a believer, you have faith in Jesus as your Lord, Savior, and King, you have been delivered from this domain of darkness, this domain of anger, oppression, injustice, crisis, tragedy. You have been delivered from it and transferred into the kingdom of Jesus, the kingdom of love, the kingdom of light, the kingdom of truth. God bless you, and be encouraged, and make sure that you realize, even though we're treading through this dark muck in this world, that you have already been delivered from it and live in the kingdom of love and light. Have a great day. God bless you.